What's up, guys? So I'm gonna wait for everyone to get in here. Just thought I'd come on and do a little live stream for the main card of UFC Vegas 21. Been a decent card so far, quite a few finishes. Thought we was gonna get another finish in the last fight, Angela Hill versus Ashley Yoder. That was close, but we was able to cash on Hill by decision, which is good. Just gonna post on my Instagram so people can join. What's up, guys? I'm just live right now for the main card. So if you want to join me for the live stream, go to my Twitter. I've got the link there, and you can follow along on YouTube. Anyone who's joined, let yourself know in the comments. Eric Anders versus Darren Stewart. I got a root for Darren Stewart here. I don't have a bet on the fight. I do actually have the fight to go to decision in one of my parlays, but I have to root for Darren Stewart here because he's from East London. I'm from London, so I have to support the hometown boy. But I think Anders can make it close, with his clinch work. But at the same time, they're not really rating clinch work these days. The judges, they don't score it that well. So, I don't really know if that's going to be able to outdo what Darren Stewart will probably do on the feet. He is the cleaner striker, so you would expect him to win. Who's in the chat? Anyone got a bet on this fight? Anders or Stewart? Who do you think's going to win? Quite a few. Here we go. I'm just about to start. I don't know where you guys are. Darren Stewart moving his hands, trying to distract Anders, give him something to look about. Darren Stewart looks so jacked in there tonight, man. Both of these guys do. They're really thick for 185s. While they're swinging hard to begin with, damn, Anders looks like he might be hurt already. He's a little bit flustered. Hopefully I'm not in front of anyone in the stream. Like I'm at 3 minutes 36 right now. So Anders going for a takedown. This is going to be a tail of the fight. I don't think he's going to be able to get Stewart down, or at least not many times, not with ease. If he is, that's his path to victory. But Stewart's looking strong here. Looking strong in the clinch. Big knee by Stewart in the clinch. But this is Stewart's. This is Anders' game. He likes to get you up against the fence, likes to grind you out against the fence. So Stewart's going to be in for a long night of it here if he can't get off the fence. But he does seem to get off the fence now. Anders going for a takedown. Anders puts him straight back on the fence. Robin saying YouTube blocked the English flag. Really? So I see you post a black flag. Is that meant to be the English flag? God damn, that's crazy. What's wrong with the English flag, man? Try and do another flag. They only hating on the English YouTube. So this fight's been primarily in the grappling range against the cage at the moment, which suits Anders. But as I said, if he doesn't do any damage when he's got Stewart on the cage like this, he probably won't get the decision. What's up, Dan? Legs, nice to see you. Wow, these boys are swinging. I sent you the stream link if you want to join in. Ah, here we go. We got Luke from Sparring with Reality Betting right there. Let me bring him into the stream right now. Sharp guy. What's up, Luke? Nice to see you, man.
What's going on, buddy?
First time doing a live stream here, so I don't know if you've been waiting there for a while, but sorry if you have.
No, you're good, dude. Yeah, you jumped on with us live the other week, so gotta jump in with you on your first live stream, bro.
Oh, bro, I appreciate it, man. Who better to have than you? I'm sure you're winning tonight.
Yeah, that Angie Hill decision was big. Was big for me.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a rough start to the night so far. Got 3 bets left, so
Oh, damn, he's hurt. Stuart's badly. Oh, sorry if I'm in front of you.
Oh shit!
Wow. Let me turn the sound off. This is crazy.
You have any strong opinions on this fight, like pre-fight?
I've got a fight to go to decision, which looks absolutely awful right now.
Yeah.
I was not worried about Anders stopping Stewart. I was worried maybe about, oh no. Where are you up to, Luke?
I'm at 30 seconds right now. Oh shit.
Yeah.
What are you at?
I just saw the knee.
Oh,
I'm a bit in front of you, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to carry on. So this is DQ.
No. Yeah. There's no way. He's taken out there. What the fuck is he doing? Why would he do that?
Fuck. I guess when they're in the fight, their mind's all over the place, you know, but there's no excuse.
Yeah, but I mean, that was just like clear. Like,
yeah.
Guy had 2 hands down, 1 knee down clearly against the cage. Like,
it's so confusing. Wow, I think he might fight on.
I mean, Stewart's a tough guy.
He is a tough guy. He's from East London, man. He's definitely a tough guy. Wow, if Stewart fights on, you got to give him so much credit. I mean, he was almost out on his feet. Anders didn't even need to do that. That stoppage was there.
Still seems a little wobbly, though.
Yeah, for sure. God, I didn't expect Stewart to get hurt like that. Oh, wow. I think the doctor's saying no. Nah, the doctor's called it off. Wow. Oh, shit, sorry. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Well, that means my bet's lost. Great.
That's a tough L. That's a tough L, dude.
Yeah, but, you know, he was hurt before that really badly, right? So it's not bad. But there was only 20 seconds left. Fuck,
It was one of those interesting fights, though, because you got 2 guys who throw heat, but both guys have proven to be durable historically.
Yeah.
Anders was training at that Fight Ready camp, though, prior to this. It sounded like he, was in a better spot, but...
So Stewart wins the fight? Wow. Deja vu.
Crazy sport, man. Crazy sport.
And we're betting on it. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Just like last week. Yeah, man, I know. There's always something to talk about, right? Every single week. There's always like a big talking point. Bananas, yeah. Do they void the distance bet? No, they don't. It didn't go the distance. So that is a L, unfortunately.
Is that the official decision? Did they call it a DQ, right?
I would assume so. Let me. Oh, no contest. Oh, it's a no contest. But that still what's that for my bet? That's still loss, right?
Yeah, because it didn't go to decision.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting because usually in those scenarios, like if a guy is up like clearly in the fight and then that happens, I feel like that's when they call it
They go to
like
decision.
a no contest, or it's like a technical decision, I think is how they call it. Like if Anders was up like 2 rounds or whatever, and then he lands the illegal shot, then I feel like they call it like a technical decision because Stewart was on his way to losing the fight. But
They
yeah,
just
funky. Yeah,
Yeah,
funky scenario, dude.
yeah, but it is strange that they gave him a no contest, right? So what they're saying, it's not intentional. So what the hell is the difference between the Yan one last week? Literally no difference, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like I don't know how it's a no contest when it was a blatant knee.
I'm listening. Can you hear my TV?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's all good.
They're saying it was because it was deemed unintentional.
I don't know, man. That was pretty egregious. That was
That's just
like I said, the guy had 3 points of contact down and against the cage, kneed him right in the face. I mean,
he obviously intentionally threw the knee. Did he intentionally throw a knee he knew was illegal at the time? Probably not. Like, you wouldn't have thrown it, right? Because you would have just knocked him out. So, yeah, it's
but
obviously
still in the rule set, like based on the situation of how they were positioned, like it wasn't like Anders couldn't see that he was down. Like he was a grounded guy. He knew he was a grounded guy. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to sit there and talk shit or whatever. Like, yeah, heat of the moment and all that stuff. But it's like based on how the guys are positioned, it's like you have to assume the guy's down. Threw a flush knee at him. In my opinion, that's a fucking DQ. I think he should have got DQ'd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just my take.
Yeah, he should have.
I don't know how that's no contest.
It's exactly the same as the Yan one last week, but they gave, Yan lost the fight and this one's a no contest. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. There's no difference. This one was worse, I believe.
I think both are pretty bad, to be honest.
I don't know, because I remember Aljo had his hand on the ground, right? And then he asked his corner, Yan. And then his corner was like, I don't know what his corner said, something Russian. And then Aljo took his hand off the ground. And then Yan threw the knee. So obviously that must have confused him. With that one, that there was nothing. There's nothing happened, right?
Yeah, the difference between the Jan Sterling is like that you could make the argument that Aljo was coming up at the point. Like he wasn't, hindsight 2020, but based on the position compared to this one, you had a guy who's pinned against the cage, wasn't really making any attempt to come up, middle of the cage, Jan Sterling. Yeah, I hear that. I still think both were, based on what we've seen now, pretty egregious, though. They weren't. They were both pretty illegal strikes.
Definitely pretty illegal. You know, it's funny though, because obviously he had him almost out, right? Like he didn't like. It's not like he was losing a fight, and you know he's trying to do something cheap to win the fight. You know, he
Yeah.
had him almost out. He obviously didn't mean to throw an illegal knee. Um, I'm not talking about if it was bad or it should be banned or not. Sorry, or it should be DQ'd or not. But just in his own mind, Anders, right? It literally must have just come down to fight or flight. You know, like his mind's scrambling. It's a crazy fight situation. Just in regards to why he did it, you know, it's obviously just that his brain just kind of wasn't working at that time. He's in survival mode,
Yeah.
kill mode.
Yeah. That's why it's always interesting, dude. But at the end of the day, I mean, we look at it from, you know, sitting on our couches. It didn't look pretty. Hindsight 2020 didn't look good.
No, Anders got away with one there. Really, he doesn't get an L on his record, but
Yeah.
Stewart got away with one because you know he probably would have got knocked out in the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good. Pushed a higher pace than I think he has before. You know, usually pretty hesitant. He'll sit down on his shots, but still not a guy who pushes like a crazy high pace. Kind of smelled blood in the water there. So, you know,
Yeah,
Anders looked good. That fight ready move might have been the one for him.
it's a good camp, man. It is definitely a place where you know I take note of it for sure. Because people move camps all the time, right? And it's hard to know how much to cap that in because, like, I mean, it's just so hard, right? It's just so hard. That's why you usually just go on stylistics and like age and all of that stuff. But I definitely, you know, give that some credence, like more than other camps anyway, for sure.
Yeah. It's not something that like I go crazy into just because, like you said, it's, you know, stylistics. Every fight happens in a vacuum. So you never really know what to take from it. But from a betting perspective, it's just always interesting. And it's nothing that I like to weigh too highly. It's like something that's like, okay, if a guy's been somewhere for, you know, X amount of time and then he makes the move, it's like, okay, well then, assuming that's like the quote unquote right move for him, well, let me see that. Then, you know, before I'm like, oh, this was the right move for him. Let me invest my money. Now this guy's evolving clearly based on, you know, camp or whatnot. But yeah, I'm right there with you, bro. Like I'm not a guy who's, you know, jumping in based on a guy moves camps because you don't know. You only have so much to go on. You're just making assumptions at that point.
Yeah, and you know we have to make assumptions, right? That's literally what we do. But you want to make as little assumptions as possible. You know, that's the way I like to think of it.
That's the key word. Making as little assumption as possible in a game where there's already so much variance involved. Try to limit that assumption as much as possible. That's the best way to approach it.
Yeah. Like I assumed Whit would, you know, be able to get the takedowns. I mean, he didn't attempt a takedown. I guess it was 15 seconds, but you know, I really feel like that fight plays out differently. I mean, obviously it does, but I don't know. I didn't lose too much
too. I was on him for a unit at plus 130.
Price.
I guess hindsight 2020, the under 2.5 was probably the play because it was in my opinion, pre-fight, even a binary fight in the sense that, you know, Witt's going to be able to land takedowns, have extended wrestling success, probably live for a submission in that scenario. If he's not, Witt's been knocked out in 4 of his 6 losses, poor defensive tendencies, Semmelsberger, bigger guy. Witt actually said pre-fight that he's looking to drop down to 155 because he's just he's not a 170 short, stocky type guy at 170, but he's not a 170. You know, it's going to be a tough cut for him to get to 155, but that's probably his weight class. So yeah, I think there's a couple of guys out there that hit that under 2.5. And I guess the reason why I stay away from it, and I hate this shit, and I'm fully transparent in saying it, is because of the line movement. Like it opened like plus 170 on the under 2.5, and it got bet down like all the way to even. So I'm like, fuck, there's just like no more line value on it. But like realistically, like throw the outcome aside, like put put yourself back in the headspace pre-fight of how you thought the fight was going to play out. Like I said, I was more so on the Witt side, take him down, obviously alive for a sub. But if he wasn't, massive defensive flaws in the feet, Semelsberger, bigger, more powerful striker, very live for a KO. At evens, -2.5, still had a lot of value. Once again, speaking solely pre-fight. So that's kind of what I'm kicking myself about tonight, that I kind of let that, it opened +170 and it got bet all the way down. AKA there's no more value on it now. No, hindsight 2020, I guess you could say there's value, but even pre-fight, that, in my opinion, that was the play for the fight.
Yeah, you have to be careful with it. I think that's one of the things I'm actually good at. If I miss a line, that opens or that stays stable, because I have a service, so I never tip opening lines, right? Like I'll wait for them to stay stable for at least a week.
Yeah, I'm with you too, bro.
Yeah. So, but if it opens up at 170, if it's evens, I missed a good price there. I missed 170, 160, 150, all of that, which is annoying. But at the end of the day, if you're capping it at 60% chance and it's evens, you should back it, even if you miss 170, even if you miss 150, 140, 130. But it's annoying to do because you're like, I could have got so much better on this. Let me just leave it now. But it's a numbers game, right? If the line has value, then it doesn't matter what you get it at as long as you get the value. You're not getting as much value as you should have or as you could have, but it doesn't really matter, right? It's just all comes down to like your perception and you just because you're annoyed, I guess, at the line really, or that you missed it. Like, for example, Gregor Gillespie next week, right? He's at -200 right now. I wanted to back him previously. I just haven't got around to doing the tape. And he was at like -160 when I wanted to back him. And now he's like, -200. Do I want to back him now? But I haven't done the tape. So I'll see if I cap him higher than -200. But that's one of them. If I cap him at -230 or -250, -233 or something, I'll still back it, But
I would suggest looking into that one ASAP, bro, before it spikes.
I'll probably do it after this fight, to be honest. After this card, to be honest. There's a couple I want to look at next week. I want to look at Bruno Silva as well.
I'm on Bruno too. It's a dog.
Oh yeah. I actually had the under 2.5 as well in that Witt and Semelsberger fight. I got it at +125. So I had Witt for a unit. I had that for a unit. So I was up 0.25. And then I actually fucked it because I had Witt by submission for half a unit. So I ended up losing a quarter of a unit on the fight. But yeah, I wanted to double up, which, I don't do too often. But yeah, it's hard, right? Because I wanted to if Witt would have won there by submission, I would have stand to win, 5 units on one fight. If Semelsberger knocks him out, I lose a quarter of a unit. So the risk reward is it's pretty good. But if I would have just took the +125 under 2.5, I would have been up 1.25. So it's a hard one, right? I might just stick to it's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah, I hear you. Our boy Z hit that Semelsberger KO at +380.
That's solid.
I think it's a good play.
I feel like another day though, that wins that fight, and I win 5 units on that fight. So it's hard.
Yeah, it's tough because it's a 15-second fight. So
exactly.
Guy didn't shoot one takedown too. So within the 15 minutes, so it's like. I'm here. I don't know about your opinion on this fight, dude, but I'm super bullish on Nicolau. This is kind of what my night rests on here. I got a lot invested in Mr. Nicolau here.
I've got a little fun prop play, cape him round 2. But I think the line's accurate, to be honest, bro. I'm not really. I know we hugely disagree there, but I think that it's I don't think it's pretty accurate, to be honest, bro. I think Cape is -125 right now. It says on the screen. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I gotta pop out and let the doggy out real quick before this one, but I'll jump back in, bro.
Cool. Robin saying, in the event of a fight being declared no contest, all bets will be void. Oh, okay. That's on Bet365. All right, sweet, man. So anyone who bet on Bet365, well done. But I don't think that's the same on every fight, on every betting site. And that won't be for my tracking, I don't think. So it's not great for the record, but it's good for anyone who's got a bookmaker like that. That's a real good fight here. Really interested to see what happens if Nicolau goes to the wrestling. Because I definitely think he has an advantage there. But Cape is so athletic, so I believe that, Nicolau probably will have a hard time getting him down. Maybe, especially initially, anyway. Cape just stalking him at the moment, putting him on the back foot. Nicolau up against the cage, trying to make reads. Both of them trying to make reads right now. Yep, Nicolau does go to the wrestling. Can he get him down? He's driving through. Oh, he does get him down. Now this is interesting here. See what happens here. This is very interesting. Nicolau grabbing the neck here. Going for a submission. Cape rolls out of it. Oh, Nicolau's jumped for a guillotine. Cape looks like he's going to pop out and end up in top position. He does, but the good athleticism by Nicolau. But now Cape's throwing shots. Okay, they're back to their feet. That was a good sequence there. Nicolau sold out for that guillotine, couldn't get it. Great fight, this one. Very high level fight. Top 5, top 10 flyweights here. Wow, poor fight IQ there by Cape, going for a flying knee after he'd just been taken down, and Nicolau gets another takedown. Nicolau just controlling on top here, winning the round comfortably. 25 seconds left in the round for me. So Nicolau's Cape throwing up a submission, looking for the armbar from guards. Not going to get it. Not against Nicolau. So Nicolau took that first round pretty handily there with the wrestling. Cape needs to be careful, man. When it gets, you can't do these crazy jumping attacks because Nikolai's just going to take him down. Mm. Damn, I think the bet does cash. I think you were right, Robin. I mean, I don't know what bookmakers. I bet it on Bet365, so that's good. It's just it cashed for me. And on BetMMA.tips, they've cashed the bet as well. So I guess most bookmakers do actually cash that bet. So we got a win there. Solid. Fuck, that was good. Darren looked hurt there. He did look hurt for about a minute and he survived, but we don't have to go the next 2 rounds, so fuck. Solid. Yeah, touch. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's good to be on the right side of variance, man. Or just get a little bit of luck, you know. But that's huge variance because they could have called that a DQ, right? So luck variance, whatever. It's good to be on the right side of it. Always feels good. Okay, we need Cape in round 2 here. So round 2 usually where he puts it on his opponents. Oh, there we go. He hurts him bad with an uppercut. Nicolau is hurt here. Oh, look, he's shooting for a takedown. Wow. He's got him on skatey legs, Cape does. Oh, damn. Nicolau's doing well to recover. Oh, wow. This is what I told you what happens in round 2. Damn, he catches him again. Sorry if I'm in front of the stream right here. Oh, wow. He hurts him again. This is why I bet Cape in round 2. He unloads in round 2 in a lot of his fights, man. The stoppage is here for Cape, man. The stoppage is here. Nicolau's doing well, though. Nicolau throwing back now as well. Seems to be back to normal Nicolau, but Cape's definitely got his timing down a little bit now. He's stalking him hard as well. Shawnee Mac, what's up, dude? Nice to see you in there, bro. Yeah, just went live before the start of the main card. You had Anders on DraftKings. Fuck, man. That's a bad beat, bro. He looked like he was going to get the stoppage there. And I mean, even if not, he landed so many strikes. He would have had he would have scored highly. I can't play DraftKings where I am, but you know, I know the rules. This is a great fight, though. I mean, this could be a. Oh wow, he just keeps on hurting him, but Nicolau's chin is holding up. He's tagging him bad, but gotta give some respect to Nicolau's chin here, because Cape that definitely hits hard. If he does one thing, he hits hard and he hits fast. 2 minute 10 seconds, 2 minute 9 seconds. Nicolau seems fully recovered now, but you know, you can never be fully recovered when you get hit so many times like that. So he's fully recovered in the fact that he's not hurt anymore, but them blows have done damage. and they will affect him for the rest of the fight. Now, in regards to his durability is not the same as when they first started the fight, of course, but he's quote unquote recovered. But Cape is putting it on him really bad here. He's got him pressed against the cage, backed against the cage. He keeps landing heavy shots. But there's only a minute left, so it's unlikely he's not going to get this. He's going to get the stoppage now, but man, I bet Cape in round 2 at like plus 800, I believe it was. I'm super happy with that bet, man. He unloads in round 2. In a lot of his fights, he starts to catch his opponent, starts to read his opponent, and that's exactly what he did here. So I can't hate the bet, man. On another day, he stops him here, you know. Nicolau's fighting well, though. Even though he's on the back foot this whole time, he's definitely catching Cape as he's walking, because Cape is just walking him down with pure disregard. He keeps catching Cape, but Cape's just like not even phased. Nicolau came back really well in the last 2 minutes of that, but he got hurt a lot in the first 2 minutes, so clear round for Cape. Just because of the damage done. Damn, we don't cash our round 2 prop. Fuck, we're close though. God damn. Shawnee's saying I have Cape 2 and Semmelsberger. Tough break, man. You'll be back next week though, for sure. Muay Thai saying, bro, make me the mod. Bro, I am the mod. How can I make you the mod? What do you mean, the moderator? What are you going to do? You're going to start kicking everyone out? Can't have that, bro. So it's 1-1 going into the 3rd round. Muay Thai 2-3 saying, fuck me. Fuck me? Why do you want to fuck me? Cape looked good, but his loss against Pantoja looked mostly self-inflicted. Yeah, you mean like with the low volume and stuff? You have to understand as well, Pantoja's a top 3 flyweight, man. Like he did well in that fight, I believe. I bet Pantoja in that fight. He won, but I thought Manel, you know, showed a good account of himself. Pantoja's a really good fighter, and the thing about Pantoja is his chin is just ridiculous. So he was able to take all the shots. But yeah, the momentum is truly with Cape here. Nicolau needs a takedown or he will not win this fight. Yeah, low volume. Yeah, for sure. UFC debut. Maybe just wasn't, you know, first time fighting without shoes. In Rising, you know, they fight in shoes. I think Cape wears shoes, right? Yeah, he does. So, thing is, Nicolau is landing here, right? But Cape is just stalking him down. The shots that Nicolau is landing on Cape are not doing anything. And when Cape does touch Nicolau, he's doing more damage. So it's a hard one to score, right? Because in this 3rd round at the moment, Cape hasn't really done much. And Nicolau is landing a lot more. But see, look, Nicolau gets hit with a jab and his face goes flying back. But Nicolau hits Cape with a huge left hand and like nothing happens. But Nicolau doing well to switch up for the takedown now. Is he going to get it? Athleticism of Cape seems to stuff the takedown, actually. 3 minutes and 5 seconds now on my clock. See, Cape's in control of this fight now, just optically, you know. Maybe not on strikes landed, but But just optically, you know, like even now, he's just standing over him, kicking him his legs. Head kick attempt there by Nicola. Nicola, oh, it's good leg kick by Nicola. I think Nicola needs a takedown, man, because just optically he's losing this fight. But look, he's oh, they're swinging now. Nicola's doing a lot better now. He's putting a lot more into his punches. I think some of the pop from Cape's punches has dropped off, which is good for Nicola because he's not getting as hurt as he was, which is better optically for him. This is a close fight, man. Close round. It's clear 1-1 going into this round. This round has been close. I edge Nicola in this round, actually. You got to score them shots that are landing, even if they're not doing much damage, because, you know, he's just got a good chin. Doesn't mean you should win the fight because you're not really hurt from the shots. The Cape is landing his own shots for sure. Yeah, Shawnee, can you send me some, bro, if you're able to get your hands on it? God damn. Head kick attempt by Cape. Nicola blocks it on his glove. Doesn't go down this time. Oh. Cape's caught him again. What a great fight this was, you know. A really good fight. Cape stuffing the takedowns. They're going to give it to Cape. And I don't disagree. I mean, this last 30 seconds could win the fight, to be honest. Oh, Cape's putting big pressure on him. And oh, huge knee by Cape. But Nicola comes back. Look, he drops Nicola to one knee. Huge knee by Cape. Nicola grabs him for the clinch. Wow, spinning elbow by Nicola. Great fight. Even fight. But Cape wins the fight on damage done. Brilliant fight. What a fight. That would be fight of the night if we didn't have that fight previously. What was the fight previously? Which is clear. Oh, Charles Jourdain. Yeah, if we didn't have that Jourdain stoppage in the third round, this would have been fight of the night. This was a great fight, man. I think you've got to give it to Cape just on the damage. Should we see what Twitter is saying? Let's see if they agree with me. What do you guys think in the chat? You give that one to Cape or Nicola? I'm leaning Cape there, but Nicola definitely landed shots. Let's check Twitter, see what Twitter is saying. AJ Shulo guy, definitely respect, is saying Cape wins 29-28. That's what I agree with that. What else? Who else is saying? Cape 29-28, pretty clear. Cape 29-28, Cape 29-28, yeah. Everyone's saying exactly what I said, so. Yep, 29-28. Cape for me. Cape 100%, yeah. Cape for me, big shots at the end, yeah. I think they definitely won him that fight there. See, I said the line's accurate, right? And I believe it was minus 125, and I think it kind of looked like a minus 125 favorite. It was a very close fight. All right, I'm just gonna listen. Oh, it's a split decision. I'm gonna mute myself so you guys can listen. So I just heard the decision there. I'll wait for you guys to hear the decision. And yeah. So you probably all heard it now. Nicolau wins by split decision. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Definitely don't agree with that one. Um, but I'm not gonna go crazy, with it was a close fight. It was a close fight. It was a close fight. But I agree with Robin saying that Kate kind of clearly won the third round in the last minute of that round, because it was super equal up to that, right? So like, how are you gonna say Nicolau won? Because it's not like he was blowing Cape out of the water, and then Cape kind of blew him out of the water in the last 30 seconds. So he clearly wins it, But it's hard to say it's like a robbery when it was a close fight. It can actually be a robbery in a close fight as well, though, because even though it's close, doesn't mean it could have gone either way just because it was close, right? Yeah, Shawnee, what the fuck? Yeah, I think a lot of people are thinking what we're thinking. Man, that's why you can't leave it up to the judges, and that's why it's sometimes a dodgy sport to bet on. But as I said, it does even itself out. It's fucked up when you're on the wrong side of it, and I hope none of you bet Kate there, because yeah. By the way, I was looking to bet Kate, but it's just the wrestling. I wasn't sure if he would be able to defend that in the first round. He didn't. So, and I'm fucking happy I didn't bet Kate here. Goddamn. And I'm happy I didn't bet Nicolau either, because I wouldn't be happy with that Nicolau. To be honest, I don't want don't want to sound like too big headed here, but Kate round 2 is probably a bet I'm actually happy with. Probably one of the. I don't know. It's like pretty solid bet in my opinion. I'll just listen to Nicolau and I'll mute myself for a sec. Thing about that one, Pillow Fist is saying that he had Cape. Yeah, I mean, I think that almost everyone's saying Cape should have won that fight, right? Just to play contrarian a little bit, I scored it for Cape, right? But just to give the other side of the story, Nicolau was landing a lot, right? But Cape's chin was holding up a lot better than Nicolau, or I should put it another way. Cape's punches were doing a lot more damage than Nicolau's when they were landing. But I do think Nicolau was landing more. I haven't seen a significant strikes. Sometimes the stats don't tell the tale of the story. But, just because Cape had a better chin, or just because Cape was taking the shots better, doesn't mean he should win. Because it seemed like Nicolau was landing a little bit more. Now, I scored that fight for Cape, especially because the last minute of that round, he pulled away in a round that was pretty even. So yeah, I definitely scored it for Cape there, but I'm not gonna call robbery. I won't call robbery. But I think it's a bad decision. Let's put it that way. I think it's a bad decision, but I won't call robbery. Got Jonathan Martinez up. Next, I've got Jonathan Martinez in. I'm just gonna post a couple of my bets. So if I got Jonathan Martinez parlay, I have my in free now. I do make I put this out on my Instagram story yesterday. I do think they can possibly make it. They can make it a tough fight for him. They can maybe make it closer than the odds suggest, but I don't think the odds are wide, even if it happens. If that makes sense. So even if they makes it look closer. Davy Grant, sorry. It's not necessarily closer. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, but I hope that makes a bit of sense at least. Oh, look, Bilal Muhammad. Remember the name? That's going to be a great fight. I think Bilal can give Leon Edwards a little bit of issues, especially initially in the first couple rounds. With that volume, Bilal puts a good pace on, but Leon Edwards will land hard shots, and he has this thing where he makes fighters fight his style of fight, just because of his movement, because of the style of his striking. He does land accurate and hard shots as well, so fighters are, they're thrown off a little bit by that. So I do think Leon Edwards should be able to slow down the fight, which he will need to do. But I do think initially Bilal's going to come out looking pretty good, and he'll be looking decent. But once Leon Edwards starts landing them elbows and just slowing the fight down with his better striking and movement footwork, then I do think Leon should probably run away with it. Davy Grant's a gamer, man. He's not going to fuck around here. I'm excited to see this fight because I do like watching Jonathan Martinez. He always makes things fun, and he's definitely gonna make this a fun fight. And so does Davy Grant, right? He comes to bang. I do think obviously his path is the wrestling here, but I think a lot of that is going to be stuffed by Martinez, which will force him to bang, and he will oblige if he's forced. He's never been knocked out before. He's a very game opponent. And yeah, I mean, likely it's going to go to decision, because if a fighter's never been knocked out before, I don't like betting on them to get knocked out unless they're fighting Francis Ngannou. Like, a lot of people bet Nasrat Haqparast inside the distance, right? But against Rojo in a couple of fights ago. But Rojo had never been knocked out, 12-0, right? So it's never been he'd never even lost, but never been knocked out, and he showed why, because he's tough as fuck, So a lot of people lost their bet there. Nasrat Haqparast inside the distance at about plus 110 there. So, final prediction: Jonathan Martinez via decision. But full transparency, I've got Jonathan Martinez in a parlay, and I do have Jonathan Martinez in round 3 at plus 1200. So you will see that I said my prediction is Jonathan Martinez by decision, but I actually have a bet on Jonathan Martinez to win in round 3. So it's just about the risk to reward, guys. So like, if I bet on Jonathan Martinez plus 110, I got to put $100 on, and I get $110 back in profit, right? If I put $100 on at plus 1200 in round 3, then I win $1,200 profit. So it's just about the risk to reward here. And I do think there's going to be opportunities for knockouts, but because Davy Grant's so tough, I don't think it's going to come early. Now, most finishes do come in the first round, so that's why you're getting better odds for a round 3 prop. But as I say, I just believe that Martinez, if he does knock him out, he's probably going to have to break him down. So just a little flyer on that. I think I put a quarter of a unit on it. And Martinez is in a parlay, which is obviously the big bet. We just need Martinez to win. Justin and guys saying, wish Yan knew could have been a no contest. Wish Yan's knee could have been a no contest. Yeah, I know. We was talking about this with Luke earlier, just as it happened. It's so inconsistent, because last week we got the exact same situation, but we got a DQ, and then this week we got a no contest just because the referee, interpreted it a little bit different, I guess. So it's really stupid. It's very frustrating, especially last week. We had Yan in round 4 and round 5, so I mean, we'll never know if that was going to cash, but it looked like it was going to cash. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating. But then was on the right side of variance this time because that Anders and Stewart decision bet that we had, fight goes to decision, that cashes. I actually didn't think it cashes, but it's void on Bet365, and then most other bookies, because BetMMA.tips voided it as well. So, which means that most MMA bookies will void it. And the bookie I bet on voided it as well. So that's good. Was on the right side of variance there, I guess, because we didn't have to go the other 2 rounds. So the leg was just taken out. So, the pendulum always swings, but it's definitely a bad beat. Because Yan was, yeah, he was definitely going to win that fight, He was probably going to stop Aljo as well, so. Okay, fight's just starting on my screen. Fight starting off on the feet here. God, it's so hard trying to post to social media. Watch the fights and do a stream. Good kick to the body there by Jonathan Martinez. Martin Day will be shooting soon because you can even tell already he's outgunned on the feet. Look, Martinez lands a big shot there. A big leg kick there. It won't be long. I keep calling him Martin Day. It's because he fought Martin Day last time out. Davy Grant. Martin Day coming out with this weird, fighting in this weird Wonder Boy stance now, switching stances, doing the Ali shuffle, throwing side kicks. I guess he's just trying to give Martinez something to think about because, skill for skill on the feet, they're not the same. Martinez is a lot higher level. Got a huge calf kick by Martinez there, spins Davy Grant all the way around. But Davy Grant lands a decent shot there. Don't you think Davy Grant looks a bit like James Krause? Like his eyes? Forget about the beard and stuff, but his eyes. Spinning calf kick attempt by Davy Grant there. And Martinez just comes back with 2 heavy calf kicks, traditional calf kicks of his own. Martinez is doing some damage on Davy Grant here already. Do not get it twisted. And Davy Grant's using big movements, jumping up and down, using a lot of energy. It's good for our round 3 pop. Spinning heel kicks by Davy Grant. Guy's going to gas out, man. Keep doing it. This is good. And he's losing the fight as well. Funny game plan here, I mean, by Davy Grant. I mean, surprised he hasn't gone for a takedown 3 minutes into the fight. I think he probably just wants to make Martinez think it is a kickboxing fight. But like Vince Morales says on the tweet there, Martinez looks zoned in, eyes always on target. Martinez, he looks ready tonight. You know, he's got a hard task in front of him in Davy Grant. Tough guy. You know, coupled with the weird spinning heel kicks, the Wonder Boy stance of Davy Grant. You know, it's not an easy puzzle to figure out right now, but Martinez is doing well. He's staying calm, and he's landing the heavier shots. Davy Grant just landed a good shot there, though. Wow. So this is funny because David Grant has attempted no takedowns thus far, and I mean, that is his path to victory. And even though he's looking quite flashy and flamboyant on the feet, and he is landing some awkward shots, he's losing this fight. Oh, big shot by Jonathan Martinez, and drops Davy Grant and puts a huge stamp on the round. We probably won't be able to finish him, though, because there's only 15 seconds left in the fight. But, you know, in what was a fairly close fight, I would, if you want to say that, Martinez clearly wins the round with a huge knockdown towards the end. And our round 3 pop is looking decent. And our money line play is definitely looking good. Davy Grant gets dropped there by a similar shot to he got dropped in his last fight by Martin Day, but Martin Day was a lot closer when he landed the overhand. But, you know, Martinez was quite far out there. Justin, the guy, is saying knees to the head of a grounded opponent and 12 should be allowed. The knees will create action. There's no way it's more devastating than a head kick. Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, man. There'll be a lot of knockouts, a lot more knockouts, because that knee to the head is like, it's live, you know, like in most fights. You know, you'd see knockouts where like the fighter would trip the other fighter, you know, like Peter Yan did last week, or even Hack Perez was doing, and then just rush in with a flying knee to the ground, or, you know, there'd be like there'd be grappling, and one fighter would just stand up and knee. So, I mean, when you say it would force action, for sure, it would definitely force action. Yeah, I don't disagree, man. I mean, I think a lot of stuff should be legal, to be honest. And, you know, it gets rid of all this confusion, because, like, I'm not in a camp where I say, yeah, it definitely should be legal, you know, like head kicks are more devastating, so that therefore they should be legal. I'm not really so much on that side, but I'm also more on the side that, like, you know, we're having lots of dodgy stoppages. Last week was a DQ in a title fight. This week we got a no contest for the same thing. It will just remove the confusion. Wow. Wow, Davy Grant really pressuring Martinez here, landing some heavy shots. And now he's going in for a takedown. His first takedown of the fight, but Martinez stuffs it easily. That's good for Martinez. Davy Grant's just like, fuck this. I'm just going to pressure this kid. Let's see how Martinez deals with this heavy pressure from Davy Grant right now. These guys are just swinging heat. Martinez very calm, under fire. Looks fine now. Davy Grant fighting a lot better this round, right? He stopped all this stupid spinning stuff. He's just swinging with everything he's got and putting heavy pressure on. But I tell you what now, Davy Grant is liable to gas if he does this. And he's still doing these jumping front kicks and stuff. But spinning elbow by Davy Grant. And look, he does throw some of this stuff in his fights, right? But definitely not like he was in the first round. But he's a lot more rudimentary now. And Martinez is very calm. He doesn't throw any wasted shots. I mean, he has swung heavy. But, if someone's going to slow down, it looks like it's going to be Davy Grant here. Another even round on the feet. Martinez just... Oh, huge shot by Davy Grant. I'd say that puts him in control of this round right now. Tell you what, Davy Grant is landing some huge shots. Like, if he keeps on doing that, could be big shot by Martinez, though. Good fight this round. This second round has been very, very exciting. God, Davy Grant is just winging shots, man. He's going to be completely open if Martinez is able to slip and rip on one of them. And he should be making some reads now because, Davy Grant keeps on doing it. I'm expecting Martinez to counter one of these huge winging shots from... Oh, wow! Fight's over, guys. Wow. Them huge shots landed, I guess. Davy Grant wins by a huge knockout. So we lose our parlay, 3-unit parlay there. Puts us at around break even for the night. But, we're down about a unit actually. But we have the parlay live and quite a few more bets left. Damn, fuck, that's so annoying. That was such a huge shot by Davy Grant. He was just winging with everything he had. I'm surprised Martinez wasn't countering there. Because it's not like it was Davy Grant's first try. Davy Grant did that for the last 3 minutes, but Martinez just seemed to have nothing for it, like he didn't accept it. God damn. That was such a huge knockout. That was a great fight, though. Damn, this card has been really good. And we got possibly fight of the night up next. I mean, I don't know how you're going to beat some of these fights we've already saw, but we got Dan Ige versus Gavin Tucker in the next fight, which is a huge fight. Wow, 2 huge knockouts for Davy Grant in his last 2 fights. Wow. That's a huge win for Davy Grant. But Martinez has only really got himself to blame there, because it's not like, there was no technique on these punches, right? It's like he was just swinging with all he had, Davy Grant, and he did it so many times, and Martinez just never got wise to it. I think maybe because Martinez dropped him in the first, he was like, yeah, fuck this, I'll just stand there. Stuart fight. Massive knockout. So we got God, look at this knockout. They're showing it again. He was throwing them for like the last 3 minutes. I don't understand Martinez standing in the pocket like that with him. That's what happens. MMA, you know, huge knockout. I said it. I said he needs to be careful. I'll just mute myself while I watch the. All right, guys. Not too many fights left. We got 3 fights left. So, and really, it's down to these last 3 fights if we top or not. I've got bets in all 3 fights. I've got quite a decent amount of money on the line in all 3 fights. Also, yeah. So hopefully we can cash. This fight is going to be so good, man. I feel like Ige can bring the fight out of Tucker if he pressures and hits him with some heavy boxing combinations. But Tucker's so slick, you know. If he keeps it pretty, he'll win this fight. But is he going to be able to keep it pretty against someone like Dan Ige, who is known for, you know, for making things ugly? I guess, you know, like he's known for, even if he is getting hurt, he'll still walk forward like he did in that Barbosa fight. You know, the Calvin fight, he was doing very well against Calvin, who's one of the best strikers in the division. So, yeah. So it's a great fight, this fight, you know. But I have to lean Ige just because of the experience. You know, he's got a lot more experience than Gavin Tucker, and he's fought at such a higher level. You know, the level's not even comparable. So, you know, I guess his best win is Billy Q. Gavin Tucker's best win is Billy Q. So sometimes in these spots, you do get the young guy, and we have got that recently, stepping forward and winning the fight, you know, like the new breed coming forward. But a lot of times you just get a vet lesson, kind of like what we saw with Jin Yu Fry earlier. You know, she's a veteran of the MMA game, and she gave Gloria De Paula a lesson there. You know, will Ige do the same? We'll see. No money left, just in time. Man, unlucky, bro. But you know, there's always next week. You know, it's up and down this game. Should have bet big on Edwards when he was minus 200. Maybe he might go out there and lose. But that's a good line for Edwards. I believe Edwards should be a lot higher than that. He obviously is a lot higher than that, and even at minus 275, where I saw it when I placed the bet on Edwards, I do believe that there's still some value on there. But I do think they'll be interested in the first round or two. To be honest, I'm excited for that one. It's a good fight, good 5 round fight, and yeah. Um, 72. Let's see what Twitter's saying about that one. I'm sure lots of parlays were busted with that one. So Davy Grant, this is what Z's saying. Davy Grant was in the UFC from 2013 to 2018 with a record of 1-3. Now he's 3-0 since 2019 with back-to-back bonuses if he earned one tonight, which he should do, right? Davy Grant, man. God damn. So let's see the live odds at the moment for this fight. Because apparently the odds of the line movement change pretty drastically in this fight. Shawnee's saying he took a flyer on Gavin at plus 154. God damn. 185. Well, just going to say that. Yeah. So do I. I don't think he should be minus 185. It is good to see because I've got a bet on him. But, so I always like when the odds go out. Wow. Dan Ige is currently at minus 200. Wow. That's a bit strange there. Gavin Tucker's plus 170 now. This fight was a pick 'em at one point. God damn, I really don't. Sometimes when you see stuff like this, it means like there's inside information. Maybe Tucker got injured or something. Like a lot of the times when you see drastic line movement like that just before the fight, like there's always line movement before the fight, right? But from what I can remember, that's pretty drastic. Sometimes inside information gets out, so I don't know. I remember recently one fighter pulled out before the fight, and but the odds, the live odds, changed drastically, obviously against that fighter, and then it came out after that the fighter pulled out, and then it came out that they collapsed. I think it was backstage. You guys might remember what fight I'm talking about now, but sometimes that happens. But yeah, I don't know. But we're going to see. I don't think the line should be that wide for sure. Probably would be playing Gavin Tucker at plus 170, definitely. Shawnee got him at, yeah, I know Shawnee. It's pretty crazy. You got him at plus 154, plus 170 now on Bet365 anyway. That's why I do my live betting. So if I didn't have a bet, I'd probably live bet Tucker right now. But, I already have a bet on Ige, so I don't like to go against myself. I've already got a bet on the line, so we'll just leave it as it is. Lots of people saying fight of the night. Up next, yeah. Definitely think it could be. This is gonna be such a good fight. God damn. Shawnee's saying look like they'll both get into the ring without collapse. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully, because this is gonna be such a banger. This one in fights where it's impossible to be boring. And anytime I feel like saying that, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say that because we all know about Ngannou versus Derek Lewis, but it's not going to be boring, man. I mean, mate, look, this the only way it can be boring is Gavin Tucker consistently goes to the grappling, which is possible, right? But even then, I don't know, man. I feel like Gavin Tucker would probably be advancing quite a lot. It might even be pretty fun on the ground. Sometimes I like watching. A lot of times I like watching the ground fight. Vegas odds plus 125 underdog for Gavin Tucker. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. Don't know about that in Vegas. We're not in Vegas. The world is not saying that. It's plus 170, plus 150 around the world now. Here we go. Is Ige going to be able to make it look gritty? Billy Q couldn't do it. Billy Q tried to. That's what Billy Q's known for. But Billy Q is not at the level of Danny. Will Gavin Tucker continue his rise and just kind of outclass Ige? It's going to be a close fight either way, I believe. Here we go. Fuck, I'm excited for this one. Love watching Tucker fight. Very slick. Very nice to watch. Wow, Ige with a one-punch KO! Wow. Cash that one +1 unit, Dan Ige. God damn. God damn, boys. Hit up the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Fucking hell. Wow. Wow. That shit was ridiculous. God damn. What the fuck? It should be awesome. It was awesome. I mean, it was quick, but fucking hell. Sit down. Boom. Boom on the chin. Boom in my pocket. Pillow fist. Yeah. Fuck, man. That was nuts. That was nuts. How are you gonna give how are you gonna give God, I don't even know what to say. How are you gonna give performance of the night bonuses out tonight? Fuck me, man. What the fuck? Literally, that is the mood of the MMA community right now. What the fuck? Shawnee cannot stand DC. I can't actually hear him, I've turned him down so because I'm on the live stream. I like all these guys, commentators, man. I very rarely dislike someone on commentary. Very rarely dislike fighters. Like, I appreciate them all. I do understand people not liking, certain people. It's just preference, right? I was getting annoyed at DC a couple of times last week because he was like completely wrong. He was saying like just stuff that didn't happen. Um, so I was like, mate, what are you talking about? You know, but fuck, that was crazy, man. He said the fight was 3 seconds long. Long, yeah. Well, that's what I said. Like he's saying things that didn't happen. Wow, man. We can't take too much from that, right? Because it was a one-shot KO early on. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it was a great bet or anything. At the end of the day, we're doing the same thing. There's no point now. We saw Justin James hurt Gavin Tucker badly in round one, and we saw Rick Glenn hurt Gavin Tucker in round one. And we've just seen Dan Ige really hurt Gavin Tucker in round one. So, you know, I love Gavin Tucker. He's a great fighter. But he can be hurt, man. He can be hurt. And that's what I was saying all along. I was saying that, like, obviously I didn't predict that, but I was saying that if he gets hurt by Ige and Ige puts it on him, then what? Because we saw him get hurt by Justin James. Justin James put it on him. Justin James gassed, right? We saw Rick Glenn hurt him and put it on him, and what happened? He got absolutely dominated, mopped the floor with him. We saw Ige hurt him, didn't have to put it on him because he knocked him out in round one, right? So we can't take much away from that. I'm just saying, though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, people were very, quite a few people were very, in the Twitter community, were very like, quick to dismiss the Gavin Tucker in round one against Justin James and Gavin Tucker against Rick Glenn fight. I'm not saying that this proves that. Of course it does, and it's a one-shot KO. But I stand by what I said on Twitter, which was you can check my tweet a few days ago. And yeah, I don't know. Good, congrats to Ige because that was an absolutely unbelievable KO. I mean, God, he looks dead. I'm just gonna mute while I can listen, so I can listen to Ige's. Guys, do you know how long that fight was? Do you know how long that took to knock? I know it wasn't 3 seconds. Do you know how long it was? Thanks, Robbins, for the Instagram. Dan Ige absolute stuff. 22 seconds. Now, look, I want to say now, right, that doesn't really tell us anything about how that fight would usually go. What it does tell us is that Ige can hurt Gavin Tucker. What it tells us is that Ige can knock out Gavin Tucker. Obviously, we knew that anyway. Anyone can knock out anyone. But I was talking on Twitter the other day, and people were saying, Ige is a volume fighter. He's not really a one-punch KO. So the Gavin Tucker versus Justin James fight doesn't have no relevance because, he won't hurt him because he's a volume fighter. But, we just see he could hurt him. But I will say that it doesn't really tell us much about that fight, So if anyone who did bet Gavin Tucker, don't be like disheartened. Anyone who bet Ige, don't be over happy about your read. Because it was a 22-second knockout, so you can't take too much from it. Yeah. Shawnee's saying, yeah, last week was a big turn off for me of DC and Rogan. Yeah, in the Yan fight, right? Yeah, yeah. That wasn't great, man. They definitely was favoring Izzy there. Pillow Fist, I heard someone refer to DC as the drunk uncle. I love DC, man, to be honest, I love them all really, but they definitely piss me off at times as well. But overall, there's very little people on this earth that I like dislike anyway. Even if they if I think, what the fuck are you guys talking about sometimes? The only one I really don't like is I can't really think of many fighters. I don't like Adrian Broner. He's proved time he was a boxer, by the way. He's proved time and time again he's not really someone that he's not really someone you like. I guess Alexander Hernandez is I'm not really too fond of him either. But yeah, other than that, I don't mind Colby, everyone hates him. Any of them really, even John Jones, I don't really dislike him. He's a bit annoying, John Jones, but I don't know, man. I enjoy everyone as a personality. They're all pretty fun to me. Bisping, yeah, Bisping's fun, but sometimes Bisping talks so much shit, But he's fun, man. He's from Manchester, so I get a lot of his humor because I'm obviously from the UK. Yeah, almost look like a jab from Ige. Fuck, man. Definitely affect him like a jab. That was a brutal knockout, though. I know you're saying wasn't the most brutal knockout. No, I mean we've seen more brutal, right? Corey Sandhagen versus um, Frank Iga a few weeks ago. Or if you want to see brutal knockout, type in Nate Marquardt versus Tyrone Woodley. But I mean that was pretty brutal, man. His eyes rolled back. His eyes were completely white because the pupils had rolled back when Gavin Tucker was on the floor. That looked. That's what made it look pretty bad. Huge, huge win there for Ige. Even though he's been fighting higher level guys, I think that was a real big fight because yeah. Misha Serkinov versus Ryan Spann out here. Goddamn, this is another crazy fight. What a sick card, man. I feel like I say this almost every week, man. Maybe you're not giving him enough credit, bro. Like that was a hard knockout. You got to give him credit for that knockout, man. Did you have money on Tucker, Shawnee? Shawnee bet Tucker, didn't you? Oh, you did actually bet Tucker, right? Fuck, I forgot. Look, man, that's not a bad bet. At plus 150 or whatever, you know, you're giving him what? They're giving him 40% chance of winning the fight. I mean, look, we'll never know because that rematch will never be run back unless they both continue winning. But that was just a random outcome, so don't be too, upset about that bet not winning because on another day that it wouldn't have happened like that. I still think Ige would have won. Obviously, I bet Ige, but yeah, it's one of them ones, man. It's one of them things. It's funny because you see on Twitter, you get people just non-stop tweeting about that fight, like, either saying that, yeah, it's a great bet on Ige or their bet on Tucker was great and, stop talking shit because, it was just a random KO and stuff. But if you lose a bet, man, you should just humble yourself, like say once that, yeah, definitely put your point out there. Like, look, that was a one-shot KO. Same thing if you win the bet, definitely say, look, say your point. My point would be that, look, we've seen Tucker get hurt in round one many times. So, I did think Ige could hurt him, but I didn't think he'd knock him out in one punch. But I did think if Ige hurts him and then he puts it on him, what's going to happen? Because he faded bad against Glenn when it happened. And then it didn't happen against James. It couldn't happen because James gassed bad and he always gasses. So if that happens against Ige, then what? So, that would be my point of view in regards to my bet, to oppose that, yes, it's a random knockout, which obviously it was. I'm saying it's a lot of contradictories in betting, right? But I'm not even bothering. Can't be bothered with gambling Twitter sometimes. It's very toxic, man. You guys will know. But there's some amazing people on there, 90% of people are amazing, but, it's a lot of emotions flying when bets win or bets lose. So just have to be careful. Just speaking on a few tweets I've just seen when I got my phone, like, it's funny. For sure, man, don't get high on your highs, don't get too low on your lows. Exactly, bro. Like, literally, it's up and down this game. As long as the bets are sound, yeah, for sure. And obviously, when your bets are not sound, you need to improve. In regards to that Gavin Tucker bet, I wouldn't just because a lot of people who have bet Gavin Tucker on Twitter, I've seen just completely writing it off as a random KO that don't need to even think about it. I wouldn't do that. I would definitely, think of some of the points that I made. But at the same time, man, don't get hung up over that. Like, that literally was such a random KO that if they fought another time, the fight wouldn't go like that, So that Gavin Tucker could be a good bet. He could have beat Ige. He might beat Ige if they fight again, So, but you can learn something in every loss, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm beating a dead horse now, so I won't go into it too much more. This fight is a crazy fight. So I've got quite a lot of units on the under 1.5 rounds. Always a bit scary when you got under 1.5 rounds, but these guys don't really know how to fight any other way. And I've also got 3/4 of a unit on Misha Serkinov by submission in round one at like plus 550 or something. So basically, I think Misha's going to sub him in round one, but at the same time, I could see Span land in some heavy shots. And it seems like Misha gets put in a bad position in like almost every one of his fights. So if that does happen, Span's definitely available for the knockout. But I also feel like Span has got a pretty bad chin himself. Now, I don't know if Misha's got a quote-unquote bad chin, but I've seen Misha stopped many times now. And even though they were kind of half-freak stoppages with Johnny Walker and the Johnny Walker one and the Volkan Ozdemir one. At the end of the day, they still happened. And then also, he got stopped by Glover, which wasn't a freak one, you know. And then also the Jimmy Crute one, he could have been stopped there. Maybe another ref might have even stepped in, or it was very close to being stopped. Then obviously he got the sweep, but he got swept as well. So, you know, I'm pretty confident in saying Misha's pretty fragile. And then I believe Spann is pretty fragile as well. I know his knockouts have been kind of freak knockouts, but he did get hurt by Johnny Walker before the freak knockout. And I have seen him wobbled. He got wobbled by Sam Alvey bad in that last round. I know he was a bit gassed, but still. And I have seen him, you know, take some shots and not look great when he's at them shots. And yeah, so I think Misha is live for a knockout. I also think Spann is live for a knockout. But I also think Misha's live for the submission here. And, you know, Spann could club and sub him as well. So I do believe that they're all live for almost all outcomes of finishes, except for maybe a Spann straight up submission, other than a club and sub. So that's why I've bet the under 1.5. And then I've got the Misha and sub in round 1 to make it even more juicy. Shawnee, you're on the under 2. I think a lot of people are on this under, man. I got in at minus 150. Should we check what the price for the... No, minus 140 I got in. Should we check what price for the under is right now? Dan Ige was plus 700 to win in round 1. So, if I check, the under 1.5 is minus 150 now. So I got in minus 140, so beat the line there. Not by anything too crazy, but it's always good to beat the line. Yeah, I think a lot of the betting community are on this bet, man. So if this bet cashes, a lot of people are going to be happy, which is always good. You know, it's always good to see other people win as well. Probably be a staring contest now, you know, because everyone is on it. You got 140, yeah. Oh, you just got 140 now? Oh, nice. Nice. Misha's a fucking beast on the mat, man. If this fight gets to the mat, which I'm not like super confident Misha can like easily take him down, but have seen Spann taken down quite a few times. And the thing is Spann always engages in the grappling. So, you know, I feel like even if Misha don't get him down, he just needs to tag him a couple times, which he definitely can. I believe he's a better striker, but he's not as powerful and his chin's probably a bit worse. So, but he's the better striker, so I think he will catch him a couple times. Then Spann will probably initiate the grappling, and Misha could probably, you know, reverse him. But you know, Spann's a huge specimen of a guy, so you know, fun fight. Oh, you got 148, yeah. So that's I call that minus 150. Yeah, so we got minus 140. So yeah, not too much difference there, but again, it's always good to beat the line. I don't call minus 148 minus 150, just to clarify, but in terms of, yeah, don't worry. I think I got the line at minus 138. But different betting websites basically have different lines, but they're the same lines basically. It's so like certain websites will have minus 140, but certain websites will have minus 138. And then certain websites will have like plus 112, and certain websites will have plus 110. I don't know why they do it. It might be something to do. Yeah, I don't know why they do it, to be honest, but some websites, it's just different all over the board. So, yeah. And when I tip a bet, I always tip it at the bookmaker I tip it at. So if I got minus 140, a lot of people still would have got minus 138 there. And if I tip minus 150, a lot of people would have got minus 148. Minus 148, yeah. So that's what I mean by it's the same thing. It's not exactly the same, but it basically is. Any late line movement on this fight? We got Misha Serkinov minus 150. Yeah, so Misha's gone out a little bit. People betting Misha. It's always smart to shop. Yeah, for sure. Always best to shop around. I'd open up bookmakers. Open up as many bookmakers as you can, man, because sometimes the lines are pretty crazy. different in a lot of fights, a lot of different betting websites. All right, we're hoping for madness in this fight. Really, we want Misha Serkinov in round one, a submission. But as long as the under cashes, I'll be happy for sure. That's all we really need. Yep, so they're coming out heavy. Oh, Serkinov tried to grapple up there, but Span shook him off easily. Oh, heavy shots already. Just kicked him in the balls. They're restarting now. Wow, huge shot there. Huge shot. This fight could be over. Oh, he's letting him back up. Wow, I thought that fight would be done there. Span hits him with a huge heavy shot. Wow. He didn't want to go and play in his guard. Oh, this fight's done, right? Yeah, we'll take this. We'll cash that. Okay, we cashed the under 1.5, boys. Easy. Didn't cash the Serkinov by sub, but, that's the game we play. Huge win by Span there. That's the thing. Misha's fragile. We cashed a huge bet, which is good. Plus 2.5 units on the. I know. I thought that would finish it, right? But he probably was right to let him back up because then he smashed him after. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, that was a huge right hand. Wait till you watch the replay there, boys. That second straight right hand. It was fucking brutal. Or the first right hand, actually. The second time he dropped him was a left hook to the temple. There's the shell. Yeah, the famous Misha shell. Hindsight, should have backed Spam, right? But, I'm happy to get the under 1.5, man. That's probably the easiest bet on the card, that one. Wow, Span crying. Happy with that outcome. Cash our bet. Cash our big bet. Biggest bet of the card. 3.5 units we put on that. Always happy to cash the biggest bet on the card. Shame we couldn't get the Misha sub. Looking back at it, like Span is a big guy. So maybe Misha wasn't super live for the takedown there, but what can you do, guys? I don't really, it's always good to look back and try and find things that you can do better. But at the same time, you don't want to get caught in this like would have, could have, should have mindset, right? Where like, actually Misha couldn't have taken him down. That was actually a bad bet on that, because the thing is, if this fight plays out 100 times, Misha probably does get the sub a lot of them times. So it's weird because like you're running a thin line, right? On one side, you want to always grow, get better, and understand what reads you made, bad reads you made, good beats you had, bad beats you had, good luck, bad luck. But then at the same time, you don't want to look into that stuff too much because then you'll start doubting yourself, right? And not only we start doubting yourself, it's actually not smart to look into it too much because the fight, you only saw it happen one time. So we're always running that line, as sports bettors, analyzing these fights and stuff. So just the interesting, interesting game we're in because we have to constantly do that. Because it's easy when you lose a bet to go, oh yeah, like fuck that was a bad bet. Like he wouldn't be able to do that. But at the same time, like for example, it's easy for people to go, oh yeah, Gavin Tucker was a shit bet. Now I will say that most people are actually saying Gavin Tucker was still a good bet here. Like I wouldn't go as far as saying that. Like you don't know about that, but it's easy to say that it was a bad bet, Gavin Tucker. But in reality, who the fuck knows if it was a bad bet? So yeah, try and learn as much as you can, but don't dig into it too much to where you just completely write off your bet and call yourself stupid because you only saw the fight once, so you really don't know if you're stupid or not. So our night's pretty good at the moment. Best bet of the card, yeah, man. I mean, it was easy. It was a good price. It was -140. I know some people got in at like -120. I believe some people got in at -125. Yeah, I think someone got in at -110. I think I saw that on Twitter. Best bet of the card. I agree. Just try and upload this one to Twitter. Pillow Fist is taking an absolute shell shacking today on my track bets. One of them things, man. It's all good, bro. I'm on Rocky too, so I hope Rocky does it. You'll be all right, bro. I'm just gonna listen to the Span interview, so I'll mute myself. Yeah. So Ryan Spann has called for the winner of Jimmy Crute versus Anthony Smith. That's a good matchup, man. Um, that's a good matchup. And then if Ryan Spann fights the winner, that'll be a solid matchup as well. sub round one also had to be done no matter what at that line. Yeah, huge line, and just go and look at Misha's record. And then if you go and look at Span's record, 2 losses in his career, in my um, in my memory, not in my opinion, is it? And then you're giving us a line like that. Yeah, had to be done. Yeah, I agree. Now, did Ryan Spann in round one also have to be done? So like that's something to think about as well. Maybe. And then if you're doing that, should you just do the under 1.5 rounds and then not do either? So yeah, it's always time to look at it. I'd have to look at the odds for the Ryan Spanning round one and stuff. But yeah. If Herb Dean gave Anders the finish and Kate went my way, I'd probably be leading in DK. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, look. So Anders, that's a solid bet. So you bet in DK you took Anders. That's amazing. Anders looked really good. He hurt Stewart bad. There's nothing you can say about that. It's like Peter Yan last week. Like, it's a good bet, man. You can't say anything. And obviously, Kate went my way. Yeah, Kate, I believe, should have gone your way. And most people would have bet Kate your way. So, yeah. Unlucky, man. But, there's always next week, as I say. And I like to play DraftKings, but I guess it's something else I'd have to look at. But, I can't play where I live, which is annoying. But hopefully they legalize that at some point. I don't know why betting's like illegal in a lot of places around the world. It's so stupid. It's really stupid, I think. Where are we at the moment? Just check exactly where we are with the units with how many? 2 bets left. Oh, 1 bet left to go. Let's close out a parlay. So we're currently plus 1.2 units on the night. And we have a parlay with Leon Edwards and Nasrat Hakparast. If that wins, we bring back 2 units. So we'll be plus 3.2 units on the night. So hopefully Leon Edwards wins, man. I guess it actually comes down to Leon Edwards now, if we have a winning night or not. Shawnee's saying DraftKings isn't that great. Yeah, I was wondering if it's any good to win money. I don't see too many people winning money. Still barely make a profit. It's better to make a parlay. Yeah, okay. It's available in Australia. Funny, it's not. Yeah, I don't I'm pretty sure because when I checked, it's a long time ago. I haven't really checked since. I'm pretty sure I went on their website and it's not available in your location. But I will recheck though. But I never really see anyone I know winning too much on it. So. So here he is, Bilal. Remember the name Muhammad. This is a man who keeps himself ready 45, 47 weeks a year, training through Ramadan and everything that comes with that. Shawnee's saying it's a waste, yeah? Well, there you go. DK, yeah, I know they do, yeah. Yeah, it's like a fun game, I guess. But yeah, as I say, I never see anyone I know who's sharp online, on Twitter or anything winning. And if they do, I don't think it's much. So, yeah, stick to the betting, I think. So really, the only Big bet we lost. We lost Jason Witt for a unit, and then it was just that 3-unit parlay. It was Angelo Hill, Jonathan Martinez. So Jonathan Martinez lost us that fight. And in reality, man, I think that was like just stupid from Jonathan Martinez to lose that fight. He was in control of the fight. Like, yeah. I mean, it's not good when you lose a bet at chalk like that, but I don't know. I want to turn this down, guys. Sorry. Just gonna get fruit. All down to the main event. I hate when that happens. I hate when it's like all comes down to your last bet, you know, whether you win or lose. Seems like it happens all the time. I think you probably just remember it when it does. What the fuck is this? Big fight, man. Big fight for Leon. He's been out for about a year and a half, so he needs to come back and he needs to look good here. He can't have a lackluster performance. He needs to get like some hype around him, some fans back on his side. And then Bully B, man, Twitter's love fighter. I love Bilal Muhammad. You got to love him, but it does seem like Edwards is a bit of a level above. But you know, Bilal Muhammad's been active as fuck, and Leon Edwards has not. That counts for a lot in this game for some fighters. So it's going to be interesting to see how Edwards deals with the pressure. I feel like the footworks and the straight shots, and maybe the teeps up the middle will negate that. But it will be interesting to see what game plan he implements, and can he actually get takedowns on Muhammad? Because we do know Edwards likes to mix in his takedowns, right? But Bully B's not a guy that you just grind out on the floor, so that will be interesting because if you want to negate the volume of Bully B, you definitely should get a takedown, right? But look, you can see there on the screen it says Bully B has the 8th most takedowns in, I think it said welterweight history of 22. So he's the takedown guy, you know? Here we go. Apparently, let's give this dude some shine, eh? You can watch the fight for free on his channel. Listen, I think most people can watch the fight for free already, you know? Like 2021, bro. But do you? And I shouldn't be promoting this, you know? Shouldn't be promoting this. Dana might get angry at me. Oscar, what's up, brother? You're saying who do I have for me? So I've got Leon Edwards. So I've got Leon Edwards in a bet. Got Leon Edwards. Shawnee, let's go, man. You're taking it under 4.5. Nice, man. I do feel like Edwards could get a late finish here. I don't think it'll be early. Maybe like a cut stoppage or something. Maybe a calf kick stoppage. We know Bully B's calf should be possibly be a little bit compromised. Yeah, don't hate it, but I don't know the odds. I'd have to see the odds. I do think this fight's going to decision, so it's all about the odds on that one. I think Edwards get the TKO, yeah. I think everyone knows how to watch for free in 2021, right? I pay, by the way. If you're listening, UFC, don't come for me. I pay for all of their fights. Oscar, good luck. Thank you, bro. Good luck to you too. So we want Edwards to get a first round finish for both of us to cash, yeah? And then we both win. I'm going to go to the toilet just before it starts because we're in for a long main event, 25 minutes. All right. Here we go. Herb Dean is ready. Is he going to make another fuck up? I love Herb Dean. As I said, I love everyone, but he's been making a lot of mistakes. Yes. Been making a lot of mistakes in the last couple of years. He's fading. Getting too old now. Yeah. Neither did I. And I will say, I'm not as high on Rocky as everyone else. But he seems to get the wins all the time, right? He doesn't look great when he does them, in my opinion. He's not really getting stoppages. He's not blowing people out of the water, but he's a good round winner, very solid fighter who just gets the job done, man. And that's what you want. Very similar to Bilal, you know. These guys are real similar, but I think Rocky's a level above. Rocky looks like a weight class above him, man. Look at that. No touch gloves. It's gonna be a good fight, boys. Fuck, I'm excited. Um, Oscar's saying Bilal's gonna bring the fight out of him too. 100% agree, man. That pressure will bring the fight out of him, but that's what I'm keen to see, like how Rocky deals with the pressure, because, and I'm also keen to see if Bilal can pressure like he usually does, because the way Rocky feints and the way Rocky moves and his footwork and his long shots and his accurate shots, he slows the fight down to his pace. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see if Bilal is going to be able to pressure like that. And then it's going to be interesting to see how Rocky deals with that pressure. Rocky looking very good to start off with, feinting a lot. I know it's only been a minute, but Bilal looking a bit frustrated. Look, Bilal swinging with everything he's got. Bilal making, you know, and look, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, he's going to do his thing, Bilal, but Rocky's in front of him, feigning really well. Now Rocky goes for the clinch. I'm going to see what happens here because I'm very interested to see this because Bilal's a strong grappler. Rocky got him pressed up against the cage, goes for a single. Bilal reverses it. Good elbow on the break by Bilal. Good first round. Good start. Good start to the fight. Very interesting. He's hurt. Bilal's badly hurt with the head kick. Maybe not badly hurt. Went a bit overzealous there, but he definitely was wobbled, man. He half did the stanky leg, but he's got amazing recoverability, Bilal, and you're seeing that here. He did it against Lyman Good. He took Jeff Neal to a decision when he got hurt multiple times in that fight. He's got high level recoverability, one of the best in the game. That will come down to his chin, but that will also come down to his cardio, his conditioning, and obviously just genetics. People just recover better genetically. Now, Bilal looks cut on the top of his head. I'm not sure if that was from the kick, but that is where the kick landed. Bilal's doing well now. He's grappling Leon up against the cage, which he needs to do to slow the fight down because he got hit hard with that head kick. A big head kick there, Shawnee, yeah. Good start by Rocky. Rocky start by Bilal. Now, look, Bully may come into this fight, but I think you can see the class difference already. And I'm a little bit surprised because I did think Bilal will be able to implement that pressure game on Rocky since he's been out of the octagon so long. And I did say in the first couple of rounds, it's interesting to see, how Rocky would react to that. But Bilal just hasn't been able to get it going because Rocky's feinting, his footworks, and he's mainly just his feinting and his footworks are really throwing Bilal off. And you haven't really seen Rocky on the back foot once in this fight. You go back to a lot of other fights Bilal has. He is pressuring forward, but when he gets power strikers, a lot of times he also doesn't. But like Jeff Neal and Lyman Good, he wasn't overtly pressuring forward, but he definitely is part of his game. Oh, good jabs by Bilal. Great return straight shot by Rocky, though, man. Rocky's looking good here, man. God damn. Oscar was on his edge of his feet earlier. I thought he had that round one cashed. I thought we had that round one, like I said. "15 seconds left on my card." Rocky catches the kick in the clinch now. Rocky's going to look for an elbow on the break. He does. First round done. Clear round one for Rocky. And clear skill difference. I believe we've already seen it. Wow, huge head kick there. Wow, Bilal did a good job to stay on his feet. Yes, he did. So clear skill difference we've seen in this first round, and I believe that we're probably, Bilal needs a bit of a miracle. if Rocky doesn't slow down, right? Which is a huge if. It's a fight. But, we've seen Rocky go 5 rounds twice now. Three and a half rounds left yet. We've still got that. 10-9 by Rocky, not by a ton. Yeah, so I can't hear the commentary. Definitely 10-9. Bilal just didn't do anything, right? Bilal landed a couple of shots, and then Rocky landed a couple of shots, but then Rocky also landed that head kick and had Bilal wobbling. So very easy round to score. Clear skill difference, yeah. Oh no! Oh no! Bilal's jumped on the floor because he got poked in the eye. This can be really bad, boys. He's not going to continue. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's not going to continue, guys. Wow. What's fucking going on with MMA these days? We're not going to cash this bet. Wow. He's not going to continue, guys. This is going to be a no contest. And yeah, we won't get the Rocky win, but we still will get the Nasrat win. And we'll still end up in profit on the night, but obviously not as much as we would have won. And then you will cash. Yeah, no, I can't. I know what's going on with MMA these days. It's like, fuck, man. We got the Anders, we had the Yanni in the last main event. This main event, we got this. Oh, look, he's crying. You got to feel for him, man. His eye looks fucked, to be honest. Oscar, you cash. Yeah, you. I don't know if you cash your. Yeah, I think you cash your bet. Yeah, they've called the fight off. Oh, they haven't called it off yet, but they will call it off. Fight's done. Fight's done, guys. This fight's not going on, guys. For sure, this fight's over. That's so like unintentional as well, Throwing the hand out as he goes for a kick like you should. Oh yeah, Herb Dean called the fight off. Done. Yeah, you got to feel for Bilal because that was a bad one, and you can tell his eye looks fucked. I haven't seen it properly, but rematch soon. Yeah, maybe. So it's going to be a no contest. So what does that mean? I feel fucking bad for Rocky as well. You have to, definitely for Bilal, of course, but yeah, you feel bad for Bilal, yeah. So do I, man, but definitely also for Rocky, Yeah, his. Herb Dean's asking Bilal if he wants to continue. Oh no, sorry, it's over, guys. Sorry. Sorry, I got that mistaken. You said, do you want to come to the centre, not do you want to continue? No, definitely not intentional. Do you cash your bet, Oscar? Check, because the rules are a bit dodgy on different bookmakers. You should do. Yeah, I don't want to talk with my mouth full, so it probably sounds horrible. Well, I was a bit of a cunt. You're 99% positive. Yeah, go to your bookmaker and check the terms and conditions, or just message them. I'm hoping you do. Amazing fights, but so annoying. Look, I just hope he's all right. Um, but still, we're here to watch the fights, and that was definitely annoying. Oh well, we still won, but it definitely looked like Rocky was on his way to winning that fight, so that's a little bit annoying. But we're still in profit on the night. Could have been 3 units. Going to end up about 1.7 or some shit. Look, I'll tell you this: a lot of people lost money tonight. Almost everyone has come in the chat said they lost money, and on Twitter, most people have lost. So definitely happy to win. I would have liked to seen that fight go on because I really did think there was a clear skill gap, and we've seen Rocky go 5, so I wasn't worried about him losing. One of them things. All right. All right. So little recap. We end the night up plus 1.9 units. Yeah. Again, very happy to be up in a bit of a dodgy card. A lot of people are down. Should have been plus 3 something units, but look, maybe Bilal would have won the fight. So look, who knows? Yeah. Thanks for watching along. Wasn't many in tonight, but everyone here, I appreciate it. And look, we're gonna grow. So I remember you guys that were with me from the start for sure. Crying blood, I know that's fucking intense. Thanks for the live. Hope you do it again soon. Yes, bro. I'll probably be doing it a little bit more often, maybe like once a month or something on a card. Thanks for watching, man. I'll catch you guys on the other side.